That's what we like to see. This is a little bit of an earlier start than I like to have. But hey, that's what we've got to do. Because Jasper has preschool today. Yeah, you're going in the front, Jasper.
Not in there.
No, not in the back. Don't worry. I've got to just put the bag in the back, though. Let's get you in. He likes it in the front. Yeah, he loves it. And reverse. And off we go. You like a good morning adventure, don't you, Jasper? Luckily I managed to find my sunglasses because the sun is going right into my face. So I've been driving this car now for, well, I suppose in total I must have done over three and a half hours worth of driving it. So I feel like I'm getting the hang. There's a few things which, in my opinion, could be better. I miss having an armrest on this side. You know, I miss that. Other thing that could be improved, definitely, is it could do with more regen, in my opinion. So the opposite of regen here, the acceleration could definitely be peppier, especially once you get above 30. I mean, up to 30 miles an hour, it's fine. But beyond that, a bit underpowered. I mean, obviously, I am used to a Tesla, which is obviously a considerably faster vehicle and quicker. The camera warnings are brilliant though, I do like those. I'm not a massive fan of this music system. There might be an upgraded sound option. The other thing that's got absolutely nothing to do with this car is that the traffic has been awful this morning. And poor Jasper doesn't have any sunglasses, do you, Jasper? Also, when you're in stop-start traffic on the motorway, the low-speed pedestrian warning noise does get a bit annoying. There is actually a switch to turn it off. No idea if that's going to remain a thing. I have a feeling it might get nixed by legislation. Right, Jasper, preschool time. Fantastic, time to get a coffee, because so far I'm lacking in that department. Now you might have noticed something odd. It's not plugged in, and there's a good reason for that. The Tesla UMC has not 100% standard way of delivering charge, and from what I've heard, it can damage the car and the UMC if I plug it in. So I'm not going to be doing that. I have got a granny charger, which will kind of do the job, slowly. However, I'm not going to do that either. At the moment, the plan is I'm going to go grab some lunch and use a DC quick charge. Because the problem with a long range car like this is you have to find the opportunities to test things like DC quick charging. I mean, I was thinking of driving up to Bradford yesterday, but unfortunately my electric skateboard was in the post before I could mention that I was willing to drive up and get it. Honestly, that's not the end of the world, however, because I have done quite a lot of miles in this car. Why are you beeping at me? Probably because the door's open. How awesome. This place has actually got 2 AC quick chargers. Almost dropped my phone. It's forgotten my password. This is why I'm not a big fan of apps. With any luck, it's actually working. Aha! I've worked out why every time I accelerated, the car would beep at me. It wasn't the car beeping at me at all. It's got one of these things whereby if I just see, so every time I would accelerate, it would read this support here as not being in proper contact, and that's what all the beeps are about. Okay, excellent. Well, It's now put in 2% in the couple of minutes that we've been sitting here. Doesn't seem to be charging massively quickly, I've got to say. So, and I can't seem to find any information about the charge rate. Is there any information about the charge rate? Nope. No idea. On 28% now. Still not blown away by the speed of this charging. Do love walk-away door locking. Big fan. And now on with the real reason why I came here, which was not to charge the car at all. Actually, I just fancied some more fast food. You know, try and offset some of this exercise I've been doing recently. That should solve the old diet problem. I'm gonna have to go for an extra long run now. Hadn't planned on buying 3 donuts. The problem is I picked the wrong one. So I had to get a second one. And 2 is just really bad value for money. Cup holder check. Ooh, it does fit. Just move these little Paw Patrol thingies. Try in here. Yeah. Oh, won't be able to use the handbrake if I put it in that one. Definitely won't fit in that one. There's no question about it. Cup holders are a weakness with this car. Forgetting to lock it, however, is not one of the weaknesses. Run out of charging time. I'm not sure this is the faster charging one, you know. I'm going to give it another go because I really want to know what speed this car will charge at. The car doesn't seem to actually tell you anywhere. I don't know what I'm missing. I searched on the internet. I couldn't find the answer. I mean, it says 1 hour and 45 minutes, but presumably that's all the way to 100%. So, given that it will slow down in the last 20%, does that mean it's the faster charging one? I will do the maths and work out what the charge rate is. And I might have another donut as well. I want to know how fast it's charging. I'm racking my brain, trying to think why you wouldn't have that as an available piece of information. But as God is my witness, I can't seem to work out where it is. Maybe it's something the app tells you, because I don't have the app, obviously. Status and information. No. I do think there's often a kind of deliberate attempt to dumb down EVs. Ah, that explains it. It is the slower charging version. Which is the reason why I've been sitting here for an hour now, and I've only just reached 71%, starting at about 25%. Oh dearie me. The slower charging version is going to be useful for lots of people, but in my experience there are 2 things which are most important when it comes to EVs: a big battery and quick charging. You got to be able to stick the power in at a decent speed. Good news is, my charge session is finished and it is time to depart. Got to go get Jasper from preschool now. 32 minutes, 10 kilowatt hours. On the upside, if it had been the faster charging version, I think it would have actually put the power in quicker than a Nissan Leaf using CHAdeMO. That's some interesting information there. Still loving the walkaway door locking. No fingers. I just left the car on and went inside to go get Jasper. You know, I kind of assumed it would just lock itself, and I hadn't meant to leave the car on. I just totally forgot to turn it off. And somehow I missed all the beeps. Did you have fun at preschool?
Yes, kids. Let's go home and charge a new car.
This time I'm going to remember to turn it off. There we go. Car is charging. It's going to take till tomorrow morning. One piece of advice I personally would give anyone who wants to use a Renault ZOE to do long distances: get the quick charging version. Seriously, money well spent. If you just want to drive in the local area up to 100 miles in a day, this is going to do the job perfectly. Wintertime, summertime, you name it. If you want to drive from here to Somerset, you want the quick charging version, or it's going to take you ages. Okay, so I think I'm going to say goodbye now because it's getting late. I've got tons of editing to do and a small child to look after. So I hope you've all enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next exciting conclusion of the Renault ZOE trilogy. Bye. What are these silly noises for, just out of interest? Jasper loves a good adventure. In fact, I think it's been far too long since we've just driven across the country at an obscene time in the morning. We really need to do something about that.